Yo, it's your boy, Tay the Trucker, aka Tay, aka Octavius, aka Mr. All Around the World. Not the last one, but it just sounded good, so I just had to roll with it. I'm finna do a video of a review of the company Uline Inc. This is well overdue. Well overdue. A brief summary, if you have not watched my recent video about Uline, is that I found the company last year talking to a driver at the truck stop. I came in a week later after I got the information, talking over with the wife. I made a jump quick. You know, homeboy showed me the receipts. When I say the receipts, he showed me the numbers. Boom, boom, boom. I'm like, shit. I'm out on the road the same as you out on the road, and you getting this and I'm getting that. The math ain't mathing. 1 + 1 ain't 2. 2 and 2 ain't 4. So I need some more money. So I made that jump, you know what I mean? I made that jump quick, you know? So I told the wife, hey, I went home. Good thing I went home, did a mental reset, talked to the wife, hey, I'm about to make this jump. I ain't really nothing to discuss. She was like, I'm on board with you. I kept everything in the bag. I packed light. I went to orientation. 2 days later, I was rolling that in a 2025 Freightliner with 1 trailer. They don't do the switcheroo with the trailers. I like that. I love that. The same trailer I got now is the same trailer I started with day 1. Alright? So, my equipment. Moral of the story is, probably about a good 2 months later, after rolling with the company side, I rolled up to a receiver. And the receiver had... Charge on my battery. The receiver had a lot more other trucks over there. And one of the other trucks that I noticed was a 25 Peterbilt 589, and on the side of the door it said Uline Inc. I was like, hold up, I ain't see that truck when I was getting mine. So I made a phone call, boom, 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 boom. Hey Sam, I'm over at the receiver and I see a 589 over here. I like the Freightliner, but I love that Peterbilt. Let me get that. So he made a phone call, boom, boom, boom. Hey, got another phone call from the truck manager. Hey, I heard you want this truck. That's right, I want the truck. Hey, we got one for you. What? Pull me to the terminal right now so I can go ahead and get it. Say, listen, that truck is for the lease purchasers only. Special edition. So I was like, all right, cool. Send me over the spreadsheet. Send me over the numbers. And me and the wife, we sat on it for about a good month and a half. We talked about it. So why I took a month and a half to make the switch from the company side to the leasing side was because that the way I was running, I was doing a comparison. If I'm running this right now on the company side, let me take my same numbers, let me take my same miles, let me take my same rate cons, and let me convert it over to the 88% minus the deductions and the fuel. So the math was mathing, alright? The one and the one was 2, and the 2 and the 2 was the 4, and the 4 and the 4 and it was more. So I was like, yo, if I'm out here hustling like this, why not bring home more money? Why not invest in my own truck that's going to be mine in 4 years? And the company was legit already on my good side. Now, I mean, they was already doing me right. So I was like, bro, if they could do me better, let me get that truck that y'all said y'all got at the terminal. And we locked in. Alright, cool. We talked about it. They sent over the contract, reviewed the contract. I sent the contract to the wife. Hey, baby, read this, run it over, make sure the numbers right, make sure the paperwork right, make sure it look good, make sure it sound good, make sure it smell good. I don't want no iffies, none of that. You know what I'm saying? Because my eyes is my wife's eyes. You know what I'm saying? That's how we work. We teaming. You know what I mean? Just like pretty sure many of you other drivers, you know what I'm saying? Talk to your significant other when you're making big decisions like this, because jumping into a truck that costs $200,000 is not for no quick impulse decision. All right, you gotta talk it over. But I talked it over, and I'm in it, and I've been in it, and I ain't going nowhere. Why? Because the numbers I ran is numbering. The numbers are numbering, the math is mathing, the miles are mailing, the money is moneying. It's all the way across the board, bro. Listen, man, I ain't got no problems. I ain't got no problems. I ain't got no. Let me tell you something, man. We sitting over the Raycon. Sometimes we discuss what's going on. If dispatch know that I'm going to us, or if dispatch know that there's an area that I'm not really keen to go in, like California. The West Coast is doing terrible right now with the rates. So we might. This was back in the beginning. You know what I'm saying? The dispatch takes time to learn you. You know what I'm saying? Where you like to go, where's your family, you know what I'm saying? The rate cons, how you like to run, the miles you like to produce, you know what I'm saying? The work ethic that you have, how quick can you get to the shipper, how quick can you get loaded, how quick can you chart. The dispatcher is learning you just like you're learning the dispatch, alright? So my dispatch learned me. We like two peas in a pot, you know what I'm saying? We roll good together. We really ain't got to discuss where I want to go, where I don't want to go, because we already have an understanding, and I appreciate that. I ain't really got to discuss it. I ain't got to say, no, I don't want to go there, no, I want to go here instead. I ain't got to do that. You feel me? So, if something do come up that's a little 50-50, sketchy, you know what I'm saying? He tap in with me. Hey, what you think about this? Sit down, look about the RPMs, look about the reload from that area, look about if it's hills, look about the fuel in that area. I do a lot of due diligence before, you know what I'm saying, I say yeah, nay to a situation, because the biggest expense that I have is my fuel. You know what I'm saying? Diesel fuel for a fucking semi truck, it ain't cheap, and it ain't a little bit either. It's a lot. You know what I'm saying? And it's coming out of my pocket. You feel me? So I got to make sure that the math is mathing, so I can bring home the top dollar, most profit at the end of the day, at the end of the week. You know what I mean? Speaking of the money ain't funny. You feel me? The money is not funny. I've never had an issue with pay. Take that back. I had one issue, and I had one issue with pay. The statements come out on a Thursday, and because we get paid on a Friday, depending on the date, Friday or Monday. You know what I'm saying? I get paid. My money drop on a Monday, so my statements come out on a Thursday, and when Thursdays come out at in the evening time or early afternoon, because they give you time to review it real quick. Boom, 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 boom. Hey, I was missing this. It wasn't based off of my miles. It wasn't based off of my loads. It was based off something else. I kicked something out of pocket that I was supposed to get reimbursed back. So obviously they wasn't in the know of that. So you know what I'm saying, I quickly hit them up real quick, hit up finance real quick. Hey, such and such happened. If you want to verify it, this is who you need to talk to. This is who I did the transaction with. Within 2 minutes, hey Octavius, check your emails. I just sent over the new statement. Check the emails, boom, boom, boom. Just like that. Just like that. Everything's already taken care of, man. So the money ain't funny. Alright? What else? I get all my Raycons, okay? You guys already know that. I already said that on many occasions. I get my Raycons. The truck fucking brand new. You know what I mean? It's a 2025 589 Peterbilt. It still got a warranty on it. 5-year, 500,000 mile warranty on it. So I ain't got to worry about my truck breaking down. I got to come out of pocket. You feel me? I ain't got to worry about that. As far as the trailer, I told you guys I've had the same trailer since day one, and I've had a blowout, which they took care of because the trailer's not mine. I might end up talking to them so that I can buy the trailer too. Why not have a set truck and trailer, right? I like flatbedding. I'm not gonna go into anything else, I don't think. But the truck, great maintenance on it. I do the upkeep on the maintenance, if any at all. And the PMs, they do the PMs on time. The PMs are on time. Truck and trailer, they make sure that the equipment that you're rolling in is taken care of. And speaking of the equipment, they have a maintenance team. The maintenance team is in a group chat, the same as the truck manager, same as finance, same as safety, same as my dispatcher. We all in the group chat, right? And everybody's active. So if you need something, depending on that department, somebody's going to answer like that. You don't got to sit around and wait, twiddle your fingers and double text and double tap on it. You ain't got to do all that. Everybody's in the same group chat. And I don't know how they do it because they're growing so big right now. So how are they able to delegate, you know what I'm saying, me and other drivers and other drivers and other drivers? You know what I'm saying? Like they really are on time when it comes to answering any questions, taking care of any problems. They ain't playing around. And I ain't playing around either. That's why your boy happy. That's why I take the truck and happy. You feel me? The biggest thing I was worried about when it came to the lease purchase agreement was that I'm gonna have to be on the road for a long time because I don't want to miss a payment. I don't want to go home for a certain time and when I come back I'm in the red. Well, coming up on almost a year rolling with the company and the same time frame coming up on my anniversary, I couldn't get out of taking a vacation from work. My wife was not having it. She was not. My wife booked the flight, booked the trip, and told me when I needed to be at the airport. She wasn't trying to hear that. There was no ifs, ands, buts about it. So we planned ahead, and I went home. We went on vacation. We didn't go home. We went on vacation. We went to Puerto Rico, and we got on the cruise ship. We went to St. Thomas. We went to St. Croix. We went to Antigua. We went to Barbados, and we also went to forgetting one. St. Thomas, St. Croix, Antigua, Barbados. I'm missing one, but it was another island. And then we ended up going back to Puerto Rico on the dock day. So we arrived at the Puerto Rican, not the Puerto Rican dock. What are you doing, guy? Some guy over here is just looking around, kind of throwing me off because he looked lost. So we got to Puerto Rico because that's where the shit was at, and we wanted a day of downtime and experience in Puerto Rico. And on the way back, she booked a flight. She booked a flight out of Puerto Rico the day after we arrived back at the docks. So we had 2 days in Puerto Rico and 5 days on the ship, going to different islands. And I had the time of my life. Let me tell you something. That was the first time I've ever taken time off, and this is the truth. This was the first time I've ever taken time off from my responsibilities, from being in the truck, and just being present in the moment of being on vacation and decompressing, and not have to worry about money, not have to worry about loads, not have to worry about, you know what I'm saying, coming back to the truck and waiting for a load and going here and going there. And I took up everything before I left. And that was the first time I went on vacation and I really enjoyed my time away from the truck. With that also being said, when I came back to the truck, I came back on a Monday morning. My wife flew to me and my wife, we flew to Atlanta together, but she had to fly home. So I wasn't going to leave the airport until she got on the plane. Her flight was at like 12 noon, and I told my dispatch, hey, I'm back in town, but I'm not going to be back at the truck and for a couple hours. I'm waiting till my wife get on the flight, make sure that the wife is taken care of. I went back to the truck, and I also told this dispatch, I know I planned on getting on the road Monday, but I was seasick, I was jet lagged, I was exhausted from the week of partying, from drinking, from staying out to 2:30 to 3 o'clock with the wife, and waking up at 6 o'clock the next morning, and being outside in the sun and the beaches and the jet skis and chilling with the family when we went to Antigua. Like, it was a lot of things going on that I did not anticipate to happen. So I was exhausted, not only mentally but physically, and I just couldn't get back in the truck and drive because seasick came with motion sickness, bro. and when I got on the plane on the way back, the motion sickness just made it that much worse. Came back to the truck and I took a minute to take a nap. I slept my hours in. I got some good sleep that night. Next morning, Tuesday, I already had my load ready. He texted me my load Monday afternoon for a Tuesday morning pickup. Picked up my load and I went to rolling. First week back, I grossed $10,000. This is already getting me out the hole from that week that I took off of work. You hear me what I'm saying? Mind you, I said that my biggest concern was taking home time off, and what the fuck is that? It's all like it was a jet, like right behind me. That was crazy. Like I was saying, mind you, my biggest concern was taking home time and coming back to the truck and being in the red. I did not want to be in the fucking red. But a week off put me in a week in a hole. It took me a week to get out of the hole. The next week, money in my mother pocket, bro. It came back just like that. Tell me how that happened. Everybody talking this bullshit about there's a driver shortage, the race are effed up, the brokers are taking everything off of the top, and the miles ain't miles, and man, listen, that ain't true. I'm here to tell you right now. Once I took those stories that you hear everybody talking about, and I jumped into this lease purchasing agreement for myself to experience it myself, I immediately loved it. And mind you, I'm not a second generation truck driver. I don't have role models. I don't have people telling me, hey, do this and do that, and you should do this and you should try this. I'm doing this on my own. I'm trying this on my own, and I'm succeeding at what I'm doing. I understand what I'm saying. I don't have any guidance when it comes to this trucking. It's me by myself and my wife on my side, and we talk about things together. Let that breathe. Sit on that. Let that breathe. I'm doing it by myself, bro. But what makes it so much better, what makes it worthwhile, is that I got a team, Uline Inc, that makes sure that I got the best of the best. Whether it's the rate con, whether it's a truck, whether it's equipment, whether it's the gear, whether it's the safety, whatever, bro, everything. I got a team behind me that wants me to succeed. And everybody else that's on the team, they want the same thing for everybody. Ain't nobody out here giving no thank you and offering you no t-shirt with no sweater and no pizza party. They thank you by putting money in your pocket. You understand? That's what I want. We all want something different. At the end of the day, I want the money in my pocket. I want the money in my pocket. If the money ain't in my pocket, you can keep the thank you. I don't need no. I got enough thank yous when I was in the military. Hey, thank you for your service. Thank you for your service. Thank you for your service. Appreciate your service. I got enough of thank yous in my life. I got enough of thank yous. I got enough to give back. I want money. And if you want money, if you want trucking, if you got experience in flatbedding, you don't have to have no 589. If you want a Freightliner, if you want the snub nose piece, I don't know what the model is. I think it's is it a 79? I think it's a 79. They got those too. So you ain't got to get the long nose and the 13 speed. You ain't got to get the 560 horsepower. You ain't got to get that. You ain't got to be like Tater Driver. You know what I'm saying? You can take your own lane. And you can put money in your pocket, bro. They got two programs too. I'm on it. Me personally, I'm on it 88%, which means that for every load that I carry, I get 88% off of that load. You understand what I'm saying? They also have another program. I think, don't quote me, I think it's 80%. And that one there, you get 80% off of that load, but you also get a fuel discount. I don't get a fuel discount. How do I discount my fuel? I don't fucking haul ass anymore, bro. In the beginning, man, I was doing every bit of this goddamn truck. Whatever the truck can give me, I was doing it. But I got the adding up the numbers, sitting down. Mind you, I'm still learning. Got the adding the numbers up, and 1 week I said, you know what? I'm gonna run 68 miles an hour the whole week. I don't care what I'm running 68. I went from saving $300 a load, $250 a load, and fuel. I was like, I ain't speeding no more. Not unless I'm empty. I ain't doing 70. Not unless I'm empty. If I'm on the back road and I got a light load and traffic is out of my way, I push it. I push it. I damn sure push it. I don't like seeing my truck getting less than 6.5 miles to the gallon. Nope. Fully loaded, at best I can do 7 miles to the gallon. At worst, I'm doing 6.3. If I do 6.3 miles to the gallon, I'm dropping my speed. I don't give a damn if I gotta put it on 65. I'm dropping my speed. One thing about the lease purchase agreement is that it puts you into a owner-operator mindset. And if you're thinking about getting into the owner-operator, if you think about getting into the lease purchase agreement, and right now you're on the company side, do yourself a favor right now. Every company, every fuel station has an app, like Love's, TA, Pilot, Flight. They all have an app. Do this. I wish I would have knew this before. Do this. Download that app, and when you get your route trip plan. When I say trip plan, trip your route of where you need to pick up fuel at. Because if you're on the 88% like I am, that means you pay for the fuel. I don't want to pay for the highest point of fuel. I'm either going to get my fuel before I do my pickup, or I'm going to get my fuel midway or towards the end of my pickup. You feel what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, I gotta pay for that fuel. You know what I mean? I don't get no discount on it, but I discount it on it by trip planning, by making sure that on my route I get the cheapest fuel. The fuel is the fuel. This Flying J and Georgia is gonna be the same type of fuel that's in, you know what I'm saying, Virginia. You know what I'm saying? In the summertime anyway, because you know in the winter time they put that defroster in there. The fuel. Learn how to trip plan now before you get into it, so you can save your money in the beginning. Alright? I wish I would have known that, but I know it now, and now you know it. What's something else? What's something else? What's something else? That's it, man. That's it. All in all, everything G to G, bro. The biggest thing that I appreciate is that not only am I getting the best dollar, not only do I have to not have to worry about getting the cheap freight, because we say no to cheap freight over here. We ain't running no cheap freight. Up that. I be talking to my dispatcher like, yo, these brokers be crazy. They must be insane. He be strolling past it. I ain't give me no phone call. We ain't got nothing to talk about. We ain't got nothing to negotiate. We don't do cheap freight over here, boy. Hell no. Not in this truck. I ain't pulling no cheap freight. Fuck out of here. I got mouths to feed, and I gotta put more money in my pocket. More money. We don't do that over here. Where was I going with that? I'm just giving a rundown of everything, man. Good equipment, great truck, great dispatching, transparency, money on time, money not funny, same equipment, good equipment, a good team behind you, whether it's a safety department, whether it's a maintenance team, whether it's a dispatch, whether it's a truck manager, whether, man. Oh, I know I was going with that. At the end of the day, in 3 years, this 589 is going to be mine. Even, and the plus is that, and the plus is that the same money that I was making at my previous companies, I ain't saying no names, the same money I was making at my previous companies, what's up, bro? The same money I was making at my previous companies, I'm making that plus more. That was a bonus for me, okay? I was doing that on the company side. So I was already happy with that, because make your next move your best move. And when I made that move, it was better than my last. You understand what I'm saying? But it just made it that much better that I'm getting more money now on the leasing side. And the cherry is that in 3 more years, this motherfucker is gonna be mine. You hear me? I'm gonna have my own truck, own some shit, own something, man. Talk about living a dream. This is my childhood dream. This is my childhood truck. I ain't gonna hold you. I'm gonna be transparent with you right now. This is my childhood truck. Driving a long nose, old school, classic style, manual transmission, whether it's gonna be the 13 or the 18. I don't give a damn. Black, classic, long nose. It's gonna be Tater Trucker. That's gonna be mine. I'm gonna own it. I'm gonna own this truck. This truck is gonna be mine. It's gonna be my truck. I'm gonna have my name on this title right here, bro. 3 years. 3 years. I wish what I know right now, I knew when I first got in it. But the route that I've taken, I don't minimize the trials and the tribulations that I went through. I don't minimize the experience that I've learned. I don't minimize the growth that I've gained. The route that I've taken, I would do it again. I would 100% do it again. I would 100% do it again. I'll do it quicker though, just so I can get here. But I will 100% do it again. I'm blessed. I mean, what can I say, man? I'm blessed. I'm blessed. In 3 years, the boy Tater Trucker gonna own this. Own this motherfucker. Own this motherfucker, boy. You hear me? Oh man, I can see the day right now, man. I think the last month, that last week. Oh my God. Owner operator. You gotta operate to own. This Tater Trucking, man. Tune in with me, lock in with me, subscribe to my channel. Capone, I'm coming out of this now. Subscribe to my channel, drop a comment, drop a question. If you got any personal questions, email me. I got people emailing me about the company now, emailing me about orientation. If you got questions that you don't want to be blasted all over the internet, tap in with me, man, because I'm going to tap back with you. Stay tuned with your boy. Stay tuned with your boy. Leave with this. It's August. We got 1, 2, 3, 4 more months until we see 2026. What have you done to walk into your goal, to achieve your dream? What have you done? Every step is a step forward. I don't care if it's a baby step or it's a giant step. Go to your dream. Take a chance on yourself. Stop believing what everybody else saying inside of this trucking market. It could be better, but for right now, it's good. If it wasn't good, I could have walked away. No harm, no foul. I could have walked away. But I like and I love where I'm at. I like and I love my truck. I like and I love the company I'm rolling with. I like and I love the dispatch. I like and I love the transparency with everything that goes around Uline. You feel me? That's some real shit for you. That's some real shit. Take an opportunity. Take a chance on yourself, because you only live once. And if I didn't take the lease purchase agreement last year, I would have still been in the same situation right now. But I am 1 year closer to owning this truck. You understand what I'm saying? Time go by quick. Time go by quick. And in 3 more years, I'm going to own this truck. I'm going to own this truck. Love y'all. Doses.